Hi everyone, it's Chantal again. Thank you for joining my channel. And for those of you who don't know me, I produce content on the mind and the power that we hold within us. I share tips and techniques on personal growth development. I would also like to really thank everyone for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting on my videos on both YouTube and TikTok. I really, really appreciate it, and thank you so much. So in today's video, in my last video, I mentioned about the mind and the power that it holds. Today, I would like to discuss about understanding our mind and how it works. And let's take an example, a baby. When a baby is born, it's an innocent soul that is born to this earth with no knowledge, no subconscious, no unconscious thought process, of like a blank slate. And that child, that baby, experiences life and creates a perception and a model of life. That would be the child's understanding as the child grows. So the child will experience based on those that around him in both a positive or negative manner, from his parents, his grandparents, or anyone that's surrounding him, as I mentioned, in a positive or a negative manner. And that will cause and create the baby's perception as the child grows. And that's where we was, and that's how we get into adulthood with that same perception based on all the life experiences that we've had. The Our model on life, or the way we perceive or see or feel life, is based on all those experiences that we've had from a baby up until our age right now, where we are now. Uh, so our experiences on life is based on all the senses that we have: see, touch, hear, taste, smell. And that, as I mentioned, creates the perception of life, the way you see life, the way you feel the emotions of life. And when we experience it, our unconscious mind is the first place that receives it. And then based on all our previous experiences, it will delete, distort, or generalize to give our conscious mind the information it needs to process or deal with why you required that information in the first place. Everything that is not used gets stored in the unconscious mind. Like everything the baby went through, the baby learns to walk and talk from those that are around him or her, and they might display certain. That's why when we look at a child, we sometimes see ourselves in the child, because it's a reflection of who you are. They have learned from you to be in that manner, and that is your conscious process. Another way to look at it is, let's think about our right hand and our left hand. Those of us are right-handed or left-handed. So for me, I'm right-handed. It's easy for me to pick up a pen and start writing without any thought to it, because we've been taught repetitively on how to do that. And it's not a problem. But if I have to take up a pen in a left hand, I have to consciously think how to write. How am I going to hold the pen? How do I write with it? And that's the point you want to get to. You want to get to that point where you have to consciously think about the way you perceive life, the way you see life. And it takes a lot of undoing, because at this point I'm 38 years old and only now discovering this. So there's a lot that I need to, that I am figuring out and trying to reprogram my brain. That's essentially what you're doing, because our brain is like a computer. Our unconscious is a storehouse of information. It's like a computer stores all the files that you use on Excel, for example, and it's all saved into a document. Within Excel, you've got multiple folders and multiple documents storing different types of things. Likewise, our brain receives all this information and starts storing it. It'll either store it via a timeline, or it'll store it into different categories. Example, certain happy emotions, or a certain category of experiences in life. And so our brain does things like that. Our brain loves repetition, which is why when we go to school, they keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again, because it sinks into your unconscious mind. Whether you like it or you don't like it, that is how our minds work. If you do something repeat often enough, it will become a habit. That is why there's all these 21-day challenges and all these things, because it's easy for you to form a habit, but just as easy as it is for you to form a habit, it's easy for you to break the habit. And that's what we're going to be looking at in future videos. Um, also, if we look at repressed memories, our unconscious mind is something that is designed to serve and protect us, to find the fastest way to achieve our goals, our outcomes in life that we think about. And it's always looking for more, it's always looking to be better. Just like a computer, you need to upgrade the software, you need to do all those things. Our brains work very similarly to that. And if we think about a repressed memory, so your body, your brain will not bring up something that's been repressed unless it believes you have all the resources at hand that you are able to deal with it. When it feels you are in that state that, you know what, okay, you're ready to deal with the emotions, you're ready to deal with the anxiety or the experience that you had, it'll bring it up. When it brings it up, you should be in that state, but for whatever that you can deal with it, but for whatever reason you are unable, and it brings back anxiety or sadness, or you feel overwhelmed, to protect you, your unconscious will repress it to bring it at a later stage for you to learn how to deal with it. Like in a computer, I guess our repressed memories act as like a virus, and the antivirus comes up to remind you to run a scan to check for any viruses. And then these viruses come up, our repressed memories come up, and you try to deal with it. The thing is, if you keep hitting snooze or remind me later on your antivirus scan, and we take you back to memories, and you tell your brain, nope, I can't deal with this, and your unconscious mind feels the anxiety and the pain and the stress that it's causing the body, it'll say, okay, let's repress it again. But at some point, you'll have to deal with it. And when it does bring it up, and if you're more conscious of it, you become clearer minded, and you're able to deal with the emotion. And when you deal with it, you let go of it, and you feel the sense of burden. Like on the computer, it picks up a virus, it addresses it, it sorts it out, it removes it, and the computer is operating at optimal. And likewise, our mind needs to work the same way. So in order for us to reprogram the unconscious, it has to be a repetitive process of constantly doing things. It's never going to just be, I'm going to do this once and then it's, I'm going to be fixed. It's constantly working on yourself, constantly being aware, reminding yourself, and trying to fix that behavior or seeing things in a different light. It's just constant awareness. But once you get to that point, you'll feel that sense of relief, less of a burden, and that will open up many other doors to your life to feel better, to feel like the best part of you, the best version of you, and feel like you're giving somebody the best part of you as well. And as we go along, I will show you some tips and things like that of how to deal with it. My next video, I want to show you how our mind is connected to our body. Just thought alone, and how our body responds to it, and how powerful our thoughts are. So if you're interested, please remember to check my next video. Thank you for taking the time to watch this one, and I really hope it at least helped you and was a bit informative. Please let me know in the comments what else you'd like for me to discuss maybe. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic week. Stay blessed, stay safe, and live life. Love you. Mwah. Bye.